Hello everyone, it's been like a month. I'm Grocery Campbell, I'm a cheese wizard, and I'm in a refrigerator factory, apparently. Um, I was gonna watch the last couple of minutes of the last video to try and catch up. There's Obi, the Obo Hobo. We love him. I didn't do the catch up thing. This workbench doesn't seem big enough for refrigerator repairs. Could make an abrasive discus though, if we wanted. With powerful grit and anarchist hardware. These fridges are brand new and empty and thus quite boring. We got stove. Could sharpen up a weapon. Can't remember like how much of any of this stuff is like. I just wanted to see if any of that could be made into. Like, is any of this cool or good? We'll get there. I remember wear being a thing now. A little worrying. So we could, like, rivet up these pants if we wanted. If we wanted. Or sharpen up this trench spark. Do you want a sharpened trench spark? This is such a high quality sharpening stone. That even works on things that don't have blades. It's a good one. That's how you know you got a good one. Control booth is locked from the inside. Somebody's going to be in big trouble. Looks like something's going on down over there. Sorry, I missed the first one. Dak Noel, what are you doing here? I didn't know this was a Christmas game. What the heck? Next time we check that out, you should go see what's going on over yonder. But the door's open now. There seems to be a bit of a standoff between the mob guys and the other ones. Cautiously approach. The lady in the weird crimbo hat glares at you as you approach. I don't recall inviting you to this party. Are you going to introduce yourself? My name's Puddin' Tim. What's wrong with your hat? Nothing at all? A crimbo hat is appropriate for all seasons. We're getting there, but we asked November. I mean, come on, you could. It's all spooky and like. Is it wrong? Is it you can see stars through it? Is it cutting a hole in the world? Is it just super spooky? It's just super spooky. I have no idea what you mean. Oliver, dear, are you busy? Be a dear and kill this person, would you? Oh. The crimbo lady smiles and leaves the same way she came in a horrible, weird spiral of negative space. The weird shadow monster that was once a person turns to face you. Hey, is everything recording good? It looks like it. Sorry, I have to check whenever I remember to. Hello? Shadows begin to gather around him. Abstract, menacing shapes. Hey, you mob guys, can I get you to give me a hand with this? Oh, back away and look for another solution. Well, we do have the crane control. Can we drop a fridge on him? Can he get fridged? You can reach the controls through the broken window. Okay. We're pretty sure the red one opens the jaws of the crane. That's fair. Pretty sure the red button opens the jaws of the crane, and that Gluck guy, that thing, well, he's right underneath it. You definitely want to press it. I do. No way, I'm taking the heat for this. Let's skedaddle. There is very little left of that poor fellow. He's got a pocket watch clutched in one hand and some business matters clutched in the other. Neither of those hands is attached to an arm anymore. We got a dangerous pocket watch. We can It's Just Wrong once per fight. The ticking of this pocket watch sounds hollow and ominous. You don't like it. He's got a bank pouch full of meat. Any cash payment that's too small for a briefcase must be contained in a leather zipper pouch. It's the law. And we got a deed to the speakeasy. Legal document regarding an illegal establishment. You take a quick look at the deed. This must have been Oliver Gluck, the owner of the speakeasy. This booze looks dangerous. It also appears to be tainted with some kind of sinister magical energy. It's cursed hooch. Ah, this fridge is plugged in. A little note on it says, experimental, not for lunches. The fridge has been fitted with an experimental automatic ice cube maker. Unfortunately, it's made one single gigantic ice cube that fills the entire fridge. I guess if you ever need a block of ice as big as you, here's where you can get it. Well, we'll remember that for future puzzles. Excuse me? Fishing in the man's remains will be... Come on, you gave me the option, do it. How dare you? You said I could. I wouldn't have thought of it on my own. You'd have to leave the building to open your map, by the way. That's true. I suppose we come from Plunkett Street, right? It's been a minute. It's the Glocklands. We're being mugged again by the Glocklands. It happens. They're very reasonable about it, to be honest. I want to encourage that behavior, so I'll pay them every time. Fancy Dan, are you the person that I show this deed to? Hey, it's you again! You find Oliver? Sort of. I found parts of him. I don't like the sound of that. Oliver is gone. The handoff went really bad. Badly? Yeah, that too. You go over the events at the fridge factory. Fancy Dan makes a variety of faces at various points in your story because Fancy Dan is a good listener. Show him the deed. Oliver was carrying this with him. Dan skims the deed. Says here that ownership of the speakeasy is automatically transferred to whoever has physical possession of this deed. Is that legal? None of this is legal. Oh yeah. I guess you're my new boss, baby. Let's have one drink to mourn the old boss and another to celebrate the new one. Good idea. I guess we ought to change the name since, well, Oliver's Place. It's no longer Oliver's Place. I suppose that's right. Got any ideas? Well, you could go traditional and just call it Grocery's Place. Something hip like the Purple Door. Or something incisive and avant-garde like, I don't know, Noblesse Oblige. Now last time I did call it Mug Hut, because I thought that'd be good plausible deniability. It's Mug Hut the second. I'm sorry. Mug Hut's a very good name for speakeasy because if the police raid the place and they see everyone sitting around with a bunch of mugs, it's because it's Mug Hut. You come here for all your mug needs. Mug Hut 2, I like it. Now, to business. To business? We make the beer in-house, so that's safe. But we're out of everything else, and based on your story, I'd say the stuff at the factory isn't safe to use. Yeah. If you can find booze, or mixes, or garnishes, bring it back here. Any idea where I get started with that? No, but you might check with Barnaby. Barnaby? Dan points at the milky-eyed sot at the table by the wall. He doesn't see very well, but he's got a nose for news and a sixth sense for booze. You might know where you can find what you're looking for. Thanks. What do you have to drink around here? Beer. Maybe later. Barnaby turns his head towards you and smiles. We'll buy him a drink. It's slightly less expensive than being mugged by the Glocklands wherever we go. After a few moments and a few sips, he clears his throat and speaks. For those who can read them, the signs are here. Right here in this very room. Okay. The lake is deep enough to drown dreams, but not the sins of the grandfather. The pond water is still. I am looking for signs in this very room, but I don't know. Hobo code carved into one of the tiles here. The code says grapes under here. You quickly pry up the tile, and sure enough, there are grapes. Huh, that was good advice, actually. Thanks, scary guy. Hey Dan, guess what? I found some floor grapes. Floor grapes, eh? Well, when life gives you floor grapes, make floor wine, baby. Sounds like a plan. We got wine now. We got floor wine. This is good news. I meant for those who have enough hobo code knowledge that we're good in. Again. I found the watch. It was complicated. I'd be more surprised if you told me it was simple. Well, you know the drill. Strap it on and jump into the uncursing machine. It's a pocket watch. It doesn't... Just uncurse the thing and get some sleep, okay? You look like you've been through the ringer. I will not dispute that. How are you doing, Charles? Charles seems preoccupied. Keeps checking his pockets and the drawers of his desk. Did you lose something? Yeah, I seem to have misplaced the chuck key to my drill. What's a chuck key? What's a chuck key, Charles? Oh, what's a chuck key, Chucky? Charles raises an eyebrow. It's a little twisty thing for tightening the chuck on a drill. Any idea where you lost it? Sorry, I'm gonna... Coughing man's here. I'm hoping he's quiet. I can hear him lurking though, so if you hear horrible coughing, it's Coughing Man. Coughing man's here. I can't have gone too far. Caught on the drill thing, got stuck on the outlet, and it's not long enough for me to drill anything that isn't in the neighborhood. I could help you look for it. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Like I said, it's gotta be nearby. Just wander around. I'm sure I'll turn up. There is the wander button. I mean, we'll wander in a second. Also, Charles, while we're here, we saw your name in the visitors book at St. Polycarp's. Oh, sure. I do a little whittling to pass the time now and again, and sometimes I go to St. Polycarp's to look at their gargoyles. Here, have one. He opens his desk drawer and tosses you a little wooden gargoyle and a leather card. Lovely. A little wooden gargoyle and a leather strap, whittled by Charles Wallace. The base has the motto, "Keep on trucking," carved into it. Thanks. See you around, Charles. We'll start off with the wandering. Eerie Music House? Well, that sounds cool. This seems like a pretty normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside, like a pained, inhuman moan constantly rising in pitch. That could be it. Fair point. You knock but hear no response, so you nose your way inside. That eerie sound is even louder in here. It seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little strange. We got a bookcase about music theory. This is too loud. We got chess. We got all 4 pieces of chess. A day stand, as opposed to a nightstand. Tea time was a long time ago. Nothing left here but stains. This plate rack is a statement piece, and the statement is, I have too many plates. Cabinet's full of backup plates. Music trophies. Sheet music? Pull out a sheet, but it's all in German. I can't read this. Door is locked. I'm sure it was a good joke, but I can't read it, so, you know, shame. Staircase leading up to where the sound is coming from. Hey guy, can you cut that out? A tired man is playing a cello here. What? Who are you? Why are you in my house? Sorry for intruding, but I heard the music, and I guess I have an intrusive nature. My name's Crossery Campbell. Well, I am Ernst Zimmer. Forgive me for not stopping, but it's vital that I continue to play. What are you doing? There is a darkness beneath my house. Did you check the fuse box? No, it's probably that then. Listen to me. I had a dream, a premonition, of a dark rift appearing in my basement and growing until it swallowed the entire house, and then the neighborhood, and then the world. That sounds like quite a dream. It was not just a dream. I went downstairs to check the basement, and there is indeed a rift. As of now, it's still small. I must keep playing this cello to prevent it from growing any larger. I'm sure there's a perfectly rational explanation. Probably just a trick of the light, plus your anxiety over the nightmare. You're probably right. Just an old man jumping at shadows, I suppose. Happens to the best of us. Don't worry, everything's fine. That's nice. That's a lot better. Hey, Ernst. How you doing? He's looking pretty nervous about the whole situation. He just says hello and there's nothing more to say. Uh-oh. Maybe convincing Zimmer to stop playing his cello wasn't such a good idea after all. Oops. Every one of these mouldering books is titled Blood. The day stand has become a nightstand. It would appear that two ghosts are playing a very spirited, game of chess. Having a hard time remaining stationary. Fish? Fish? Viscous black sludge. Look, give me that sludge. This isn't tea. We got Eldritch Mist. We can still take some sludge. We got bubbling black sludge. Foul goo from a haunted teapot. Nice! Yeah, to see it. Chair's barely there. We got a ghost chair. Moths have eaten all of the contents and most of the container. All those spare plates are gone too. Table has slit the surly bones of the floor. Chair is whispering. Listen to it. Sit in me. I mean, that's what chairs are for, and he did ask nicely. Sit in the chair for a few minutes, and nothing bad happens. Apparently it was all back and no bite. Just as well. Shelf of trophies from murder competitions now. Let's look at the sheet music. You pull out a sheet. It's a piece entitled All Abbey to No Spiel Makes Ernst a Dull Boy. Oh, jeez. That sure is a dark rift in space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of. Wild nuts. Everything on this shelf has either evaporated or expired. Boxes of mouldy sheet music. A big hole. Well, in here. Let's go in. You find yourself in an infinite black void. Oh, well, it looks like an infinite black void, but you have the uneasy feeling that your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't want to try and process what this place actually looks like. It's a weird feeling. Meat Man? Forming spike of Nega energy. Can we just pick all these up? Do we want to avoid Meat Man? It makes it quieter when I do this, so it feels correct, but... I mean... Is Meat Man gonna get out? Should I... Creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. If you built a large muscular person out of some kind of writhing black ooze and or smoke and or just plain raw darkness, there's a fist-sized glowing crystal embedded in its chest, about where its sternum would be. And as you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy. Kind of like heat coming off a radiator, except also the opposite of that, and also not related to that. Look, incomprehensible forces are tricky to describe, okay? The creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like it's dancing, or praying, or maybe just absent-mindedly flailing. It seems oblivious to your presence, although that will probably change pretty quickly if you try and interfere with it. Like, say, if you tried to pry the glowing crystal out of its chest. Creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. We cannot pry the muscle. We cannot pry the crystal. We do not have enough muscles. Well, I mean... How's he feeling now? Oh! He got weaker when we were doing that, and now we only need one muscle. You make a quick grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. The creature howls, and its long spindly arms flail ineffectually at you. Barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hands into murky flesh, fingers questing through lukewarm tar until they find ribs, grating your teeth, forcing open the cage, creaking, cracking, snapping like dry branches. You grab your prize and tear it free of the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. The crystal is both warm and cold in your hand, and has a slight buzzing vibration to it. Do I want this, or do I want this to not exist anymore? Free crystal. Yeah, something tells you that this crystal is very important, as well as being really shiny and pretty. The swell crystal you found inside a rift in Earth Zimmer's basement. We got a rift crystal. Lovely. Occurs to you that taking the weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now and you'd prefer to keep it. Yeah, I agree. I would prefer that. It's my crystal. You can't take my crystal. Everything's still broken and horrible. Should we tell the boy? Hey, Ernst. I got some bad news, Ernst. What do you mean? Remember how I said everything was fine? I do remember that, yes! Are you telling me that you were incorrect? Let's just say that your house is incredibly haunted now. I should have not have trusted you. We are both fools. Did the rift open? Yeah. No, what are we gonna do? If you were me, you'd leave, because that's what I'm doing. We should probably show him the cool crystal we got though. Check out this neat crystal. What is that? Where did you get it? It was inside the rift. It makes me uncomfortable to look at. Can I have it? No, it's mine. You found it inside my house. It was in another dimension. Another dimension inside my house. Forget it. As you start to leave the house, something tells you that it'd be bad to take the weird crystal out of here. That something is definitely not the crystal, because it's a really great crystal, and you're deriving great satisfaction from owning it. I agree. I love that crystal. As the door shuts behind you, you hear a sudden grinding, cracking noise, and turn to see the entire house implode into splinters and get sucked into a whirling black vortex. Can't say I didn't warn you. Oh well. And you know what? The rift's gone. So I think I did it good. Let's speak of this to no one. We got a rift crystal though. It's probably my favorite thing. What a nice crystal. I don't think we managed to do whatever it is Chuck wanted us to do. We found a frozen rock. So that's cool. One last wander and then I can't be bothered anymore, I've decided. It's Charles's Chuck key. Performs some sort of drill-related function. While meandering the streets of Ocean City, you encounter a man carrying a medium-sized piece of luggage. Not brief enough to be called a briefcase, but unsuitable as a suitcase for more than 2 suits. Hey there, friend. You look like someone who appreciates a fine pair of pants. Do I? What does that even look like? Astute, discerning, even, dare I say it, perspicacious? Perspicacious? I've never met anyone who dared to say that word before. Listen, I have got a pair of pants here that is gonna knock your socks off. What? He opens his case and pulls out a pair of slacks that are oddly stiff and shiny. Feast your eyes on these babies. What's wrong with them? They're waxed, guaranteed grease-proof, and they're yours for only 20 meat. That sounds like a deal. Durable wax-infused trousers. Grease will slide off you like grease off a duck's legs. That sounds horrible. This is one pair of pants you ain't gonna regret. Whew, and that's my rent for the month dealt with. Thanks, pal. Miss Brewster is a real stickler. Miss Brewster? Yeah, she runs a boarding house that me and a bunch of the other guys stay in whenever we're in town. If you ever need a room, you could do a lot worse. I have a room, but maybe I'll check this out. Maybe I'll check it out right now. Or later. Or right now. We'll just ignore the Glock lens. One day, we'll learn of their moves and ways. This is Hobo Cud. Cud says, nice lady, but she only likes salesmen. Ah well, not super useful to a non-hobo, but at least you got some translation practice. That's 5 experience. Door isn't locked. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. I do remember this bit. Coming in here unlocked the memory. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. Won't get to the bottom of this with all of you acting like panicked schoolchildren. Miss Brewster, we've got to call the cops. Ha! What this town calls police. I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. And I won't have these hooligans turning my house upside down. But there's been a murder! Somebody has to do something! What you can all do is go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious! The men file up the stairs, abashed but still fidgeting nervously. Excuse me? Miss Brewster sighs, exasperated. I'm sorry, I don't have any vacancies. Oh, well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of those men said something about a murder? Yeah, it's absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night, and nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end. Maybe I can help. My name's Crossery Campbell. I'm kind of an independent investigator sort of thing. Oh, like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels. What? Sure. We can't promise we'll get the results, but we'll put in a Herculean effort. Well, that's marvellous. If you can solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, above all else. It's a deal. Thank goodness. What can you tell me about the victim? He was a travelling salesman. All my lodgers are travelling salesmen. What did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently, I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, how'd he die? I'm not sure. The body's missing. Look, you better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I locked the door so no one would mess around in there. Alright. Orb? Jessica, what's with Orb? Okay. We'll ask about Orb later. Look, we have a very specific investigative method. We have to perform the Jamrock Shuffle everywhere we go. Helps us think. Just look for containers. And loot. Okay, 3C. 3C, then we worry about anything else. Shoes? Some high-heeled shoes have been carelessly left in the hallway. You're not sure which aspect of this would upset Miss Brewster the most. Extra high heels, makes your steps higher. Elegant shoes for sophisticated ambulation. I mean, as long as they don't make a big noise. That is pretty good. That is pretty sassy. I don't know how... don't know how you do that in heels. With difficulty. You unlock the door and put the key in the secret pocket you use for things that won't ever need to be referred to again. You step into room 3C and discover, holy crap, a massive pool of blood on the floor. Unlike Miss Brewster said, there's no body in sight. I'm going to take the silly shoes off. I'm sorry, I don't like the shoes. I don't like the silly walks. Fish. Nothing. Is there even this much blood inside a person? Nothing interesting about this bed, except that it's next to a massive pool of blood. Check yourself for clues, that's a good idea. Bye, Crosser. You can also fish in the wash basin. Got a handful of clean water. Wardrobe's locked. Throw rug looks pretty ordinary underneath it. What the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. Wasn't it also on top? Wasn't there a pentagram on top? The lines and glyphs appear to have been burned onto the floor. You can see little blobs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram, and even smells faintly of weird incense. Was this some kind of ritual killing? Great, like a regular old murder wasn't enough. Okay, that is worse than before, definitely. Little blobs of candle wax on it and everything. I guess we can tell the lady. Found a huge puddle of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? Yes, actually. An occult ritual circle. What? Oh my goodness. You think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way, yes, ma'am. Well, I've always felt a lodge's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit. Are any of your lodges involved with the occult, do you know? I do recall that one of them specializes in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around. Also, there's a hole in... Is Jessica the person at the, like, house? Well, no one... You've given me the option to put my hand in it. I mean, can't stress enough that you shouldn't do this. It might give you some kind of shadow disease, or it might just bite your hand clean off, or anything. It's fine. It's just an orb. Well, alright. It's on your head, or hand, rather. Don't come crying at me if something horrible happens. Whatever. You stick your hand into the hole, grab the first thing your fingers brush against, and yank it back out. You have a shadow hot dog. This sausage-shaped hole in reality has been placed into a regular hot dog bun for your convenience. The shadowy pocket vanishes with an otherworldly pop. See? I knew nothing had happened. Free hot dog. You knock on the door. Who's there? I'm not opening this door with a killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. Do you have any information that'd help? There's a salesman here who specializes in occult stuff. That seems pretty suspicious to me. Which room's he in? I'm not sure, but he isn't the one above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. Thanks. You knock on the door and a salesman sticks his head out. Yeah? Oh, hey, I know you. Oh, yeah, you're the guy selling pants from before, right? That's me. What's up? Want to buy some pants? Not right now, I'm investigating a murder. Ah, yeah, real grisly business. Do you know the other salesmen that live here? Not really, just the guy who sells little Derringer pistols. He was complaining about the guy who lives right above him. That's the trinkets and baubles guy, because he keeps making a racket dropping stuff on the floor at night. Probably doesn't help you much, though. Well, it's something, thanks. When I did this on stream, I did keep notes, trying to work out who the guy was. I do remember... I do remember a thing, though, so I'm not going to be keeping notes this time. There's no response. You try the knob, but the door's... I have actually been... Well, genuinely, as soon as I came in, I remembered this quest, and before that, it was completely lost to the depths of my memory. But... knowing in advance what I do know, I do wanna check something. They're really all room 2D when you think about it. Knock on the door and a nervous-looking salesman peeks out. What are you doing in the hallway like that? Don't you know there's a murderer on the loose? I'm investigating the murder, actually. Oh, thank God somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman here? I know there's a guy who sells occult stuff. I give him a wide berth, though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. I see. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Thank you. Three sees where the guy died, right? You knock on the door and a salesman opens it. Hey there, something I can help you with? Well, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, no kidding? Yeah, I was hoping you could give me some information about the people who live here. I don't really know any of these guys. There's a fella that sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think. And there's a guy that sells pants, but all I can tell you about him is that he isn't the guy right below me. Sorry. I do know the guy who sells pants. We know him already. You knock on the door and a salesman looks out. Hello? Who are you? I'm investigating the murder. I've got to remember that I have a stupid voice. What can you tell me about the people who live here? Well, I pretty much keep to myself. All I know about the other salesman is that the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. What? Nothing, thanks. You knock on the door. A voice calls out, without opening it. Hello? Hi, I'm investigating the murder. How well do you know the other salesman here? I don't know anything. I don't know any of these guys. Although I think there's a guy who sells brushes who's neighbors with a guy who sells pants. Okay, thanks. Now, I believe we do have all the clues to work out who the guy who sells occult stuff is. And the first time I did it, I did write everything down in a little document. I had a little notepad window I kept bringing up on screen. I made some deductions, and I did manage to work out who that was, but... Excuse me, Miss Brewster, who lives in 2C? They didn't answer and the door's locked. That's because 2C is my room. Oh, well, can I have a look inside? Certainly not. That's private. And you can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my own lodgers. That would be terrible for business. I guess you have a point. Okay. Last time I did manage to find the occultist. I didn't realize we were specifically searching for the occultist. I thought we were searching for the murderer. I know that the occultist didn't do it, is the thing. Should we gather everyone together at the scene of the crime so you can do a dramatic reveal like in the novels? Sure, if you want. Crossery does not know who the occultist is. He wasn't paying a lot of attention. He is about to make a wild stab in the dark. I must say, this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. I did want to do a thing. You head up to 3C, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster meets you there, with the salesman in tow. Alright, well, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you here today. I assumed it would be so you could tell us who did the murder. Yeah, that was my guess, too. Right, yeah, well, as you can see by this weird circle on the floor, this killing probably had occult significance. Therefore, the most likely candidate is the occult goods salesman, who is... I wanted to say the guy whose blood knew, and see what happened then. Alternatively, we could just accuse the lady. The guy in 3C. That's this room, the victim's room. Well, what I meant to say is, suddenly the wardrobe door flies open and a salesman jumps out. Haha! I fooled you all pretty good. I remembered the man was just hiding in the wardrobe for days. Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sell jokes and gags and stuff. How do you like my new giant fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream? Oh my god. Here, let me give you something for being such a good sport, kid. Wear it in good health. We got Foot's ring. This is a ring that bears the insignia of the Fraternal Order of Traveling Salesmen, which is difficult to make out at this small size, but it might be a farmer's daughter. Makes you more likely to encounter traveling salesmen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this tiny room is 8 too many. Return to the lover. Well, at least that was all resolved with a minimum of fuss. Hope you don't expect to be paid for that dismal attempt at mystery solving, though. Well, at least it was an experience. It was 10 experience, actually. I don't think you get anything even if you get it right. You accuse the one guy and he's like, well, why is everyone looking at me? Yeah, I just sell occult stuff. That's my job. What's it to you? I didn't do nothing. I don't go murdering folk. I am pretty sure I didn't get anything, but I might have got something when I did it. Anyway, nothing particularly funny happens if you pick the victim as the murderer. Next time, if we do another time, I'll pick the lady who owns the place as the murderer. It's fine, there's no murderer. On your way to wherever, you run into a cool guy wearing some cool sunglasses I think we've just met. Hey baby, what's happening? Hi. I can see you dig the shades. You've got good taste. I like the what? You like my sunglasses. Oh, got you. I don't think anyone calls them shades for at least another 20 years, though. I pride myself on being on the cutting edge. flips open his coat, showing you the rows of sunglasses inside. Care to buy yourself a pair? For you, only 25 meat. They do give you marks, sir. When you're wearing these, nobody can see that embarrassing thing your left eye is always doing. Sounds like a deal. Now that's what I like to hear. He takes your meat and expertly selects the best pair of sunglasses for you from the lining of his coat. Looking good, baby. Nice doing business with you. Can we wear sunglasses? Our eyes are dangerously close together. Where did they go? They'd go over our cufflinks. You can't wear cufflinks and shades at the same time. That's just ridiculous. We probably want the mysticality more than the moxie. I am gonna just collect everything and hoard everything. That's normal and what we do here. Anyway, let's get to that uncursing, but before we run out of time. We're getting through the game real slow because I keep getting distracted by traveling merchants and things. You sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable, and pull the weird metal dome thing down over your head. What'd you like to uncurse today? Probably the pocket watch. The machine snorts the pocket watch up into its dome and begins its strange and loud work. The pocket watch is pulled this way and that. Its ticks become ticks, and its tocks cuts. And as its three hands are forcibly bent back, you swear you hear screams. And then it's done. The watch falls into your lap, hands now set to 5:44:41. Now it's free of the taint of the shadow energy. It's just a boring regular watch. If you think about it though, being on time for things is kind of like a magic power. I agree. The watch's curse now resides within the machine. Want to project your consciousness into it? That sounds like a good plan. In your mind's eye, you see the hands of a pocket watch spin back on themselves with jittery violence. With each revolution, the face of the watch itself expands until it is larger than you, and the building, and the street. Your whole world lives in the blur of the fast-running hands, in which you see life go by in reverse time. Submarines turn to longships, cities to stone dwellings, cowboys to courtesans. You are travelling faster and faster, to the beginning of time itself, and there's no telling when this ride will end. Hold on tight. Just the cosmic battle between light and dark, church and horses. That the only option is eat the chessboard. Eat Charles? Hey, easy does it, baby. We're all hungry. Please help. I am a dinosaur. Yeah, baby, yeah. That was unhelpful. We failed to eat Charles Wallace. Can we eat a chessboard? We've eaten a chessboard. There is a message. You check the message pad next to the phone. There's a note for you. Dinosaur. No phone number. We've eaten the phone. Dr. Nowhere? With those two salad forks? No, you're like the opposable thumbs necessary to turn a doorknob. You're completely contained in here unless you figure out how to open doors. I don't know anything about dexterity. I'm a dinosaur. Calliope is still sleeping on a towel. We cannot pet the cat. We do not have enough dexterity. I don't want to eat the cat. Cat unstitch the rug. We're never going to have that much dexterity. Jessica looks pretty busy. What strangeness afflicts thee? Never mind, for the sun transits the horizon, and I grow ever the more in need of thy assistance. Understand, whilst you sleep under this roof, thou art my lodger, and a signature on this paper work is by me required. Why did you start talking like this? A provocative remark, friend, and by thee well made. Can you open these doors for me? Curious indeed, for I do not believe those doors to be locked. Well, what do I know? And thou will find in the telephone table thither a key to satisfy thy need. Sorry, I'm struggling to read some of these. It's fine. To do, open door, eat Gabby, eat cat. Hey Gabby. Whoa there, horse. What's got your horns and rattles? Been dipping into the nose paint again? Gabby doesn't talk like that. Sure is, partner. Sure is. Hey, Gabby, I'm a dinosaur. Off. Whoopa! Pee pew! I'm the quickest draw in the West, sure enough. Can you open the door for me? Ooh, I don't know. Never had a head for puzzles, Crossery. That got me right funkified. Murray's desk is piled with books and papers. Collection of Latin literature. Can't read a book, we don't have the dexterity. We could try breaking some of these doors, I suppose. We haven't tried to eat the cat yet. We failed to eat the cat. It's hard to eat a cat. Open door, eat cat. You slap your prehistoric tummy against the wood, but it doesn't even make a dent. Maybe that's why the dinosaurs went extinct. Couldn't open doors. Horrible. Help. I pushed a chair over, I'm now more dexterous. Grocery! Whilst thou tarry, good lodger, the absence of thy John Hancock on my paperwork grows ever more urgent. Thy signature, if it pleases thee. I don't have 9 dexterity. That's a wild amount of dexterity. Curse is unresolved. This is horrible. Flip the table. Good idea. Now I can open the drawer, I think. Nobody you can call anymore. You expend considerable effort wrangling your claw around the knob, only to find the drawer is locked. Didn't someone give us a key? Charles, did you give us a key, or did you just threaten to give us a key? Real groovy pocket watch you got there, Croziery. I like the way it tick, tick, ticks. You understand me? Rawr. A lot of power in that timepiece. A lot of power. Would you make a promise to me, baby? Would you promise not to throw that power away? A lot of good can be done with that groovy power. Can you open the door for me? Huh? What's that? Greta Garbled? What are we doing? Groovy, baby. Absolutely smashing. Shake on it, baby. He holds out his hands. I don't have enough dexterity to shake his hand. My hands barely work. Can't read that either. What are we trying to do here? We can't add to the list because we don't have enough dexterity. We do seem to have run out of things. Eat the table. Beautiful. Did that help? Your stomach is bigger than your brain, and you devour the entire table in a few quick bites. The key to the dinosaurs now lies safe and sound in your dinosaur stomach. The key to the doors. Right. That seems like an error that we've just done. We can pull out the drawers to Charles's desk. Oh, behave. We can shake hands with him now, though. A solid, strong handshake. You gained 1 dexterity. We can read a paper from Murray's desk. You peruse the newspapers, claws making only minor holes in the pages. You can read a book in Latin. You can't relate to most of the books they have here, but there's one travelogue by a diplodocus that proves moderately diverting. You gained 1 dexterity. We can add to the list. Your talons carve the letters HALP into the chalkboard. Open a door. Eat cat. Help! Jessica looks pretty busy. We can now sign our name. We have enough dexterity to do it. You scrawl an uneasy line. I'm much obliged, Crossery, and I hope, from now, thy sleep is all the more sweet for its legal correctitude. We can open the door to our bedroom. Oh. So we meet at last, with I looking the older man, though you are far older than I shall ever be. Not old. We are the Alpha and the Omega. You, the beginning of time, and I, its end. Will you walk with me, dear friend, to watch the death of our world and the birth of another? I'm just trying to uncurse the pocket watch, pal. I guess we're walking. I'm not sure if he can understand me. Oh. Tick. The hands of the uncursed pocket watch beat on. Boats with the current, borne correctly into the future. You pull the pocket watch out and look at it. It's getting some luster. Yeah, it really fucks an enemy stats now. Now it's free of the... Sorry. No, that's the same. The text is the same. Curse is lifted. Time is in its rightful home, and you no longer have a tail. I wish I had a tail. Me too, sometimes. Did I get... Hang on. I got something that I haven't thought about for a month. Did I get like a stamp or something that I was supposed to do something with? I could check the date while I'm around. I don't know if I already checked the date. It's possible I remembered this before as well. Yeah, none of these is new. Just catching back up on this. Beams of black light, subsonic laughter, soul-rending nightmares. Frisconians are known for their fondness of psychedelic intoxicants. Do you have any old stuff? Okay, that's fine. I think we are about ready to end this day. We'll go through the stuff with. Did we give you your key? Yeah, I found your chuck key. That's it. Thank you. Where'd you find it? Under a bush. Oh yeah, probably that bush I was drilling holes in the other day. That's all for now, Charles. A letter from Uncle Murray was a real surprise. I didn't read it. What did it actually say? Basically, he just asked if I could come with him because he needed help with something big and he knew I had an adventuresome spirit. Haha, adventuresome spirit. Yeah, that's Murray, alright. I haven't seen him in ages. I mean, I only ever saw him at Crimpo, and sometimes he came with us when we went camping in the summer. But after I moved out to go to college, we kinda lost touch except for birthday cards. But you dropped everything I couldn't see it? I wasn't carrying anything of value. Just a crappy desk job that I was sick to death of. Well, working here will definitely be more exciting than working at a desk. You yourself are currently working at a desk. Yeah, but you aren't taking over from me, you're taking over from Murray. Let's hope it was just a temp kick. How is this helping to find Murray? I found a weird little hole in space, and I put my hand in it. Should we say that also? But hey, I found a hole in space. What? Like a sort of shadow pocket kind of thing. Huh. You didn't put your hand in it or anything, did you? I would never. Okay, good. You think that would be bad? Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems like putting your hand into a weird pouch of shadow energy would be a bad idea. Okay then, I totally wouldn't do that. Jessica opens a desk drawer and pokes around inside it. Charles did something to a pair of pliers. Deionized them or something. I didn't catch. Here they are. Shadow closing pliers. If you see any more of those things, you should be able to use these pliers to pinch them closed without actually touching them with your hands. This is a pair of pliers made out of some weird shiny metal. Jessica assures you that the jaws come together at a special angle or something. Those conceal shadow pouches. Hey, Grocery, before you go to bed, I need you to approve a new tenant for the storefront next door. What is up to me? Charles shrugs. Somebody's got to do it. There's 3 applicants for the place. Okay, what are they? The first applicant is Rodkin's Fine Jewelry. A jewelry store could really class up Plunkett Street. Sorry. You can tell it's getting near the end of the episode. I'm losing the ability to read. The second is La Table Enchantée. It's like a high-end kitchen store with magical utensils and the like. And the last applicant is 10 Things I Hat About You. A hat store, I mean, you gave me 3 options and one of them is hats. You've literally given me 1 option. This would probably help more in a gameplay sense, but we need a hat store. Okay, I'll get moved in and get next door storefront ready for applicants. Thanks, Charles. We have anything cool? We can fill this place up with stuff eventually. Eventually. We'll get there. I think that's day. I think a fruitful day was had by all. It took me like 4 hours over the course of a month and a half. All of your favorite pants gone. It's Jeff, the kid who used to bully you in 3rd grade. Hey Jeff, listen, I just... No hard feelings, okay? I understand in retrospect that you must have had problems at home, and I just want you to know everything's okay now. Jeff swats the overdue library book out of your hands. Ah, I see. Since this is just a dream version of you, you're still as much of a jerk as you were in 3rd grade. Jeff suddenly punches you, knocking out all of your teeth. Hey, if this was actually happening, I'd be really mad. You pick up your teeth and walk away. You acquire an item, your teeth. These are unmistakably your teeth. You can tell by the scar on the upper left second bicuspid, but your teeth are also definitely still in your gums where they belong. What a jerk! It's that creepy Crimbo lady from the refrigerator factory, now in literal nightmare form. Excuse me, I need to get past you. Why? Are you in a hurry to wake up? Darling, it's Crimbo. You should be making merry. Crimbo's still months away. It's 1 month away. Oh, but it's always Crimbo in dreams, dear. Oh. Merry Crimbo, dearie. I didn't have time to properly introduce myself before. I'm Dark Noel. In an affection as goofy as her name, she curtsies. Dark Noel, eh? You're really taking this motif seriously, right down to your weird evil-looking Crimbo hat. Her smile falters a little. Evil-looking? I told you at the refrigerator factory, it's just a... Wait. She points the weird device she's holding at her hat. It starts beeping in a fast, irregular pattern. You're telling me you can see the special Crimbo magic? With your eyes? Yeah, if that's what it is. This is decidedly unfestive news. I'd better talk to the president. You want to talk to Calvin Coolidge about your Crimbo hat? I want to talk to the real president about you. I see. Yes, that's the problem, dear. And I'll see you soon with the solution. She scowls and jumps off the edge of whatever this is you're standing on. Ominous. This bookshelf is not behaving the way bookshelves do when you're awake. You grab a book at random and the bookshelf puffs out of existence. We got The Melting Mind. You're not sure what kind of book this is. Avant-garde social commentary? Psychedelic research journal? Total nonsense created by the random nighttime firings of your own neurons? Grants a combat skill. Mind Melt. Deal an opponent's mysticality to itself in hot damage. The only way to interact with your inventory during a dream is if you convinced Freddy to hold it up for you at the exact moment you went to sleep. I did that though. No, you didn't. I did. I asked Freddy to hold all my stuff and he said yes. You don't even know Freddy. Fine. A doorway back to the working world. Oh, hey. Shades man. Alarmingly, a man in an expensive suit is standing at the foot of your bed. What the heck? Who are you? You may call me Don Toblerone. I represent a certain organization of, shall we say, like-minded criminals. Organized criminals? Like the mob? Wait, you're the Don of the local mob, the mob boss, in my room, personally? No. I am not the Don. That is merely my nomenclature. It's an abbreviation for Donald. Oh, well, that's confusing. It's been a matter of some confiscation, yes. I do have a sobriquet, but I don't care for it very much. What is it? Donithosaurus. I'm gonna hazard a guess that they call you that because you like long words. That is very astute of you. Of course, this astitution has come as no surprise to me. My associates tell me you handled yourself well during the conflagration at the refrigerator manufactorum. I handle myself well all the time. I couldn't resist saying that. I didn't want to say the second one and risk that would go away. I am here to propound for your considerationing a certain proposition. Come again? I'm here to make you an offer. Oh, can I refuse it? Certainly. Though your refusation would be, shall we say, unadvisatory. We could tell him to go fly a kite, but we do want to know what the offer is. We're happy to work with the local mob. From time to time, my collegiates and I have certain requirements, but lack the necessary manpower. It's very hard to read this when you're dyslexic to achieve them. At such junctures, we make lucrativial arrangements with certain capable individualists. We find ourselves at this moment at a juncture such as the junctures that I have thus ascribed. So you want me to do contract work for the mob? Exactingly. Why not? An excellent decision, if I may articulate as such. So what happens now? Just sit tight, as they say. We will call upon you. Telephonically. He gives you a curt nod, then leaves the room through the window. It takes him 3 or 4 tries to work the latch. Alright then. I can't remember why I was looking at my inventory. Oh right, I think we wanted to read the Melting Mind. How much XP do we have? You read the weird book, including all the several page-long footnotes, the parts in different typefaces and orientations, and the parts in written languages you don't speak. Written in languages you don't speak. The brain is similar enough in texture and composition to cheese for a skilled wizard to manipulate it. You can't help but think there's more to the story than this, though. Maybe you should read it again. If you do, Mind Melt will also heal you for 5 hit points. That's not a big heal, but it does do some damage as well. I'm just not sure how much XP I have. Exactly 75. We could go for it. Alternatively, we could learn Swiss Cunning. Mind over monster. It's probably what we're aiming for next. All these do boost your magical weapon attack damage, though, which is nice. Wisdom of Jarlsberg. That guy knew his stuff. Jarlsberg's one of the like god ones in Kingdom of Loathing. Baris, Jarlsberg, and Sneaky Pete. I don't know what he actually is. I have visited Kingdom of Loathing a lot of times. I have like 15 plus ascensions in Kingdom of Loathing over the course of several years. I'm just real dumb. What other, like, skill books have we got? That's one way to find it. Cheesy's Eye of Smell. Have we read this? We know about that. Okay, so the Melting Mind is the only one we could upgrade. Or we could save the XP. No one's saying we have to get the 5 hit points back when we blow up someone's brain. I think we're good for now. I think we maybe go for more Mysticality. Or possibly just get this, but we'll decide next time if we want to do that. We mainly do Mysticality stuff, but all stats is good stats. And if it gives us magical weapon attack damage, that's in some situations as good as having an extra Mysticality. This one's gone for over an hour, so I'm gonna call it here. We finished a day, and that's beautiful. That hasn't happened in a while because we wandered around so much for such a long time. This playthrough is gonna last 100 years, but I hope you're having fun. I am. See you, folks. It's been good. I'm happy to get back to it. It has been a really long time. I was worried I wouldn't be able to just pick up from where I left off. I tend to do that, and it just means I never come back to stuff, which is genuinely why I didn't finish this game the first time I played it, and probably why I don't finish, like, any game. But hey, we're back now. Bye.